This is a HeadGum podcast.
Wait, I got a question, Jesse. Do you know how to turn off the weird little new Zoom light that pops up?
Zoom light?
There's like a Ring Zoom light that's now on my computer, but I hate the glare of it in my eyes. If you've never heard of it.
No, I haven't heard of it. Natalie's on the Zoom. She might know, but she's doing something else.
I don't want to waste too much time on it. It just, I think I did an update.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it thinks my room's too dark, and I'm like...
Natalie says, I have no idea. So, I mean...
I'm just the kind of guy, I'm just messing around with my virtual background stuff. Just kind of see what comes up, right?
I don't love this.
Try the three dots in your corner.
This is good, Gareth.
This is not... Yeah. You're not a blurred background guy. I'll tell you that right off the bat.
All right. It's all good. Who cares?
Let's see if there's an office maybe you can put yourself in.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Jake, are you fixing it or are you making it worse?
He's finding himself, Natalie. I like how Natalie waited till just now to jump in.
Well, I had to.
Oh, here, wait.
Definitely
Jake,
making it better. I'm definitely making it better. I can put eyebrows on.
Once Jake started...
eyebrows on. Wait, hold on, Gareth.
This is like when you had your grandpa's Snapchat.
Jake, stop messing with the portrait settings. What are you doing?
I can put my...
There's a setting for adjust for low light. There's a setting for studio.
Eyebrows.
This is incredible. Hold on. Look at my eyebrows.
It's the Shapiro filter.
And see if people notice.
Wait, hold on. Let me try to take all this nonsense off.
The Shapiro filter was awesome.
It's crazy that you could do that. Why would anyone allow that for a Zoom?
That is a crazy thing that they figured out.
Just put
too
fake
much money.
On.
Too much money.
So you don't know how I can do this weird light thing? Get it out of here? Nobody knows?
Well, Jesse said he had an idea.
I think so. If you just go to the video thing in the bottom left and the little arrow.
Hold on. Video, bottom left, little arrow.
Eyebrows.
See
all
that?
I have is the bottom left. Yes. Video.
Yeah. Click that arrow.
Okay. I got iMac. Blur my background. Auto frame.
Yep. At the bottom is video settings.
Yes, sir.
Click on that. Okay. And then under appearance there.
Okay, I'm there.
There should be a turn on, turn off button for adjust for low light.
No. Oh, adjust for low light.
Is that on?
No, it was off. I'll say manual. What about that? No, but I turned it. Now it's on.
Oh.
No, so that's that. But that is not the ring light.
The ring light?
You have an actual ring light attached to your computer?
No.
Is there a setting that says edge light somewhere?
Oh, edge light. Look at you. You did it.
Were you recording, Jake? This is good stuff. This is a good extra right here.
Natalie, my little genius.
This is a good extra.
Not in a million years would I have gotten there, you genius.
Hey, man. That's what you pay me the big bucks for.
Yeah, you are it, Natalie.
Crazy. That appearance was horrendous.
I hated it. And it had been on for 2 weeks. I hadn't mentioned it.
What? Why didn't you flag it right away?
It was going to be on indefinitely, but the caller wasn't here. I'll tell you what we got right here, everybody. A real family intro.
Oh, my God. I don't think this is hilarious. This is entertaining to anybody.
It might be. It might be.
It's a bad attitude, which we like. That's how we know we're in a good intro.
Exactly.
We're all on brand.
Oh, by the way, Gareth, March 11th. What's going on with the vasectomy?
May 1st. I mean, we were going to say, this is what we were going to tell people if you're good with it, is we say we call that month, that's the month. If you want to get one, be part of the community, we call it Vasectomy.
Okay.
May 1st, I'm coming straight from Texas off the road.
Great.
To go get a goddamn vasectomy from a guy named Dr. Spitz.
And Kyle's going to film as much as he can.
Kyle and I did the A side of the visit, and let me tell you, it was fucking, it's wild.
Let's do this.
And he's letting Kyle film the procedure.
Oh, my God.
This guy wrote a book called The Penis Book. It was a whole thing, and
we gonna see your limp penis while you're knocked out.
I've been very clear. There was a point when we were filming.
That would be the funniest thing that's ever happened. Garrett, if I saw your dead snake dick while you're laying there and if you happen to be going like this, like, oh, I would.
I can't drive
never
home.
recover from that. If you're like, I'm actually still feeling something, and he's like, let me just move that little guy to the left. And insertion, you're like, move that little guy further to the left. It's close to the knife.
It's just that it's like we just cut to a doctor's office. He's like, Gareth, you'll recover in about 2 weeks. Jake, it's going to be a few months. We don't know.
You cut to me in a corner. I'm like,
Jake, slow down, buddy. Breathe through your nose a little bit. Remember what we talked about, the technique where you breathe through the nose? But yeah, we're going to do it. And there was one point in the visit where the guy basically has me drop trow, and Kyle's behind me, and I'm like, we're really
you just took off the underpants right in front of Kyle?
I didn't know what to do.
Interested.
Yeah.
So what are we going to So
Kyle and I filmed
all of the long form goes on Patreon, but let's definitely release some stuff on YouTube as well.
Well, Kyle's working on the Wheel of Fortune one now because that's completed. I sent you a teaser, so he's working on that. We've got a great thing with Eric.
So funny, by the way.
We've got a thing with Eric that we're filming that's going to be fucking incredible, and then we're going to do the B-side of my vasectomy May 1st. So if you want to be part of it, just let us know. Send us some fucking shit, and we'll cut it in, and we can do vasectomy as a community. Let's cut our penises.
You know what I gotta say?
Balls. I don't know how it works.
I have been more slammed recently, and Gareth has been running point, and you're doing a wonderful job. This is a lot of great stuff, Gene.
No, Jake. Sweetie. Well, listen, you got to go to Hollywood and make the money. Then come back to our little home, the little
and
homestead
watch you get
for
your
supper.
balls cut out.
Yeah, watch me. Yeah, Jake's working on a couple of huge Hollywood projects. I'll have a guy named Dr. Spitz fiddling around in my balls.
I'm like, hey, I've got to go. And they're like, what's going on? Why are you in such a bad mood? I need to watch a cut of Gareth getting his balls open. What for? To make me laugh harder than I've ever laughed. Because we are 12 years old, and this is funny.
You guys want to take a caller?
Yeah, we got a caller, guys. You want to wrap up this intro?
Well,
Something?
yeah, I think you just did it.
Further ado. We're here to help. Streams exclusively on Hulu early.
That's right. And new episodes drop a full day early every Sunday and Tuesday. So be the first to watch episodes every week. And while you're at it, revisit some of our favorite hand-picked episodes from season 1 and 2, all available on Hulu.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Can I get your first name, please?
Yes, Lindsay.
Lindsay. Where are you calling from, Lindsay?
From Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. And how old are you, Lindsay?
I'm 43.
43. You're just a kid. And you got any siblings, Lindsay?
I do. I have an older brother.
So you're the baby.
Yeah, I am. Lucky me.
Okay. And what's your sign, and does it mean anything to you?
I'm an Aries, and not one single bit.
I love it. Lindsay, the baby in Aries, but who cares? What's your problem today?
All right. I think this is a good one for you, Jake, but I'll take all the advice I could get. I got 2 kids.
This is a chimp problem.
I was about to say the same. Is it about chimps wrestling in their garage who get hurt too easily?
So I was gifted 6 stone gorillas, but I have to get rid of one. How do I figure it out?
Here's the sad new one for me. This is a good one for Jake. He drinks coffee and talks too much.
I mean, kids are chimps, right? It's the same concept. So.
You got it, Lindsay. All right, so what is it? You got 2 kids.
Yes, they're soon to be 12 and 16, so they're not little. They can take direction. But for whatever reason, I cannot get them to use 1 or 2 towels per week. It's like 15 to 20 per kid.
I hate this.
Every week.
I truthfully, Lindsay, hate this, and I get it.
It's awful, right? Like
hate it.
The towel is clean when you use it. Why are we using 15 towels?
And also so much laundry.
Yeah. And I tried. I'll tell you the things I tried. I made them do their own towels, right? Like I'm no longer washing, drying, and putting them away. I was going to pitch that. Yeah, already did that. They don't care. They just throw it in with their Sunday regular chores. On Sunday, they do all their laundry, and they do their towels too, and they really don't give one little care about having to do an extra load or two of towels.
Lindsay, let me throw something out at you really fast. I love that you got these kids doing a full Sunday chore day. Way to take it to the old school in a way that I'm afraid is fading.
Truth.
Yeah, I'm not doing that for them.
Good for fucking you. More chores. All right, keep going.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, that's it. Like, I've tried that method, and I tried like hiding towels, but that doesn't really work either because ultimately they come out and dripping water all over the floor because they don't have a towel, and I still have to deal with it. So neither method has worked. So I'm looking for fun ways.
Is the main problem here the main problem is the amount of laundry that stacks up?
Yeah, but it's also too many towels. It's wasteful.
So many towels.
It's wasteful.
It's so many towels. And sometimes, so I sent y'all a picture from today that I took like an hour ago. Today they're actually nicely piled up in places, but sometimes that pile of 15 to 20 is on my kids' floor, right? And then their room smells.
Yeah, I get this.
That's fucking just...
It's disgusting.
It's crazy, right?
That's fucking crazy.
It's too many towels.
And I'll say my daughter is a swimmer, so like I do have to give her a few extra because she swims every day, but she could still hang that damn pool towel up and have one shower towel and one pool towel.
Well, Lindsay, is the pool at home or is the pool somewhere else?
No, it's somewhere else.
So she comes home, has to get the chlorine off, or why can't she shower where she swims?
They don't have the full like facilities where she can do it right then. Yeah.
So she wants to come home, shower, and then later, if she wants to shower before bed or something else, because here's going to be my first thing. You know what my first pitch is going to be? Somewhere in this zone. And it's a little bit of work, which is annoying, but we are going to potentially name and number towels with like a little embroidered thing.
Yep.
So week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Each month, you get one. Now for the swimming, because of the chlorine, I don't know, maybe it's one swim towel, one regular towel.
You don't need pool towels. You don't need to, like, that's different to me than a shower towel.
Yeah. But either way, afterwards, you're coming up.
Huge.
Right. But here's what I'm kind of thinking. If we could create a very clear numbered system where each week you've got a W1 on it and then W1S for swim. Well, if somebody uses something else, there's a fine. These kids get allowance.
I like that.
Or we tier a reward.
Okay.
I like
one or
that
the
one
other.
too.
Yeah.
And what would so if you only use yours, you get a reward.
Yeah.
And we could turn them.
I tried the finding them, and that doesn't work. I don't know why. They just, again, it's like maybe they're not motivated by. Kids these days will just sit around their room all day. They don't really care about much else. So.
Well, I'll tell you what you could find is screen time.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yep.
You go. All right. So I saw a week 3 towel that was waiting when we're in week 2. And they go, yeah. Then you open up the book. You go, I'm not making the rules. This is a book. What happens if you take a towel from the wrong week? Oh, look at that. You lose 45 minutes of screen time a day for the following week.
More.
They go, bullshit. That's unfair. It's not unfair. It's written in this fake book.
This fake book that matters.
Yeah.
Now, Jake, I want to, are you suggesting that we go for the month, we're going to give you the 4 towels? You basically have your 4 towels for the month.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like it's almost like in a hotel, if you're there for a few days, you got in front of you the visual of how many towels you have to work with over that course of time. You start kind of thoughtfully rationing it out. So maybe it's like...
I love what you're saying. We do hotel system post-COVID.
Yes. Yes.
You know what,
pain in the ass for new towels.
Lindsay, you're a hotel pre-COVID where everyone just uses towels and piles them up. Next day, new towels. Now they got things where they're like, we're trying to save water.
Yeah. Which is a lie, by the way.
Holiday Inn is like, we care about the environment. It's like,
yeah,
really?
Sure you do. Lazy. Yeah.
But what that does is you go, all right, well, I got the 2 towels and the 2 little guys. I'm here for 5 days. Let's make it work.
Yep.
So my question to you, Lindsay, is how many towels do you think your kids need a week?
I mean, to me, it's one for the shower. Like more than one towel a week is crazy to me. My daughter needs the pool towel, so that's like different, right? I take that separately. But shower towels, more than one is insane.
Okay. Gareth,
I think
agree?
that's okay.
My husband thinks that I'm crazy with that, but
I think what you could do.
This is where we could get real problems if he's not in agreement. But Gareth, go ahead.
Well, I think as an adult, one a week is acceptable. I don't know if we were to structure it for, say, a month, like we're like, here are your 4 towels. Like you said, we label them. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. You've got to figure out as adult as you can when you want to use your 4 towels. That's it. You could add in, like, you get an emergency towel if for some reason you think you need an extra towel. You're allowed that once.
In the contract, once a month, you get two emergencies a month.
Yeah, that's it. So we would get them down to 6 towels a month, but we're trying to go for 1 towel a week, 2 emergency towels for the month.
But I got a pitch on that, Lindsay, and then I want you to jump in. If you get 6 towels a month, right? 1 a week plus the 2 emergencies. Swimming is we're going to do something different. Okay. Hell, if that kid on a Wednesday wants to do the laundry and wash his towel, do whatever you want. They're not allowed to pile up on the ground, but you got 6 a month, homeboy. And if they're piled up on the ground,
piling up.
But guess what, Mom? If it's piled up, you take it. It's gone.
It's funny to leave them without a towel.
No, Eve Johnson, I used to lose jackets all the time. I would leave them at school because this old baby runs hot. So in winter, I'd wear a jacket and I would end up playing sports, drop it off. I'd come home and be like, she'd go, where's your jacket? I go, God, no, I don't know. She'll go, motherfucker, I'm done buying you jackets. I go, I don't know what to tell you.
I freeze.
So literally one day she goes, you lose another jacket, you're wearing your sister's old pink jacket to school.
Oh.
I lost a jacket. She put I was in 8th grade, a tight-fitting 5th grade girl's jacket on me where it just went mid-wrist, zipped it up, parked, and goes, do not take that thing off until you're inside. That lady stood outside the car with her arms crossed, and I'm not messing with Mama Joe Pesci. I walked into the school, past all my friends in a little pink jacket. Guess what happened? I never lost another coat.
Oh, God. Just smoking a cigarette, watching you take that shameful walk.
Guess what? It worked. So, Lindsay, the idea of 6 towels, and if it's on the floor, 5 towels.
Yeah. Ration and contract. I like contract. Now, I would throw one more thing in the mix that maybe, because this is regimented, we are shifting. But what if in the mix we add, they each get a robe?
Seems like a crazy twist.
It's just
throwing robes into the mix.
Because I feel like robe a wearable towel. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with getting a robe.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Honestly, this is okay. So one time, this is a tough one. I used to get mistaken for a girl all the time when I was like literally every day. And
at what age?
Oh my God, from 10 to 16.
Why?
Because I had long hair. I had long hair and I got a girly face. And so I'd be like at Blockbuster with like 10 buddies and we'd be walking out. We'd all pick like 3 movies for the night or whatever. We'd be walking out. They'd be like, you boys have a good night. You too, little lady. I'd be like, that's a crazy thing to add on at the end. It was mortifying. But so I told my dad I wanted to get a robe. I was dying to get a robe, right? So he goes to Kohl's department store and we go up to this woman and we go, hey, he's like, my kid wants a robe. And this woman's like, oh, okay. And so she like starts walking us like, all this way. And I'm starting to go, we're leaving like the boys. Like this is straight. A lot of pinks are starting to emerge. I'm looking at leggings and like jellies. I'm like, yeah, it's a girl section. Walks us up to like a pink robe with like silky like sides. And we both look and my dad goes, a 1-on-1 for him. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were a girl. And I was like, never mind. But I wanted a robe. So I'm just saying you throw a robe in for an emergency event as well, but maybe not.
But Lindsay, let's go to you now. Just to get a sense of where you're at with all this info, let's just hear where you're thinking and then figure out what we need to pitch next.
I like the idea of a certain number. I like the idea of a contract. The taking it away, I don't necessarily have a problem with, but I'm afraid that my 12-year-old son is just going to jump in his bed and roll around wet.
He'll just say, like, fine, who cares? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to just say, well, I have these blankets in my bed. I'll just roll around in here, and that'll be fine, which is not that's a new problem, right? So
yeah.
I like the idea of there being either a reward when they do well, or maybe instead of taking things away, maybe I need something for a reward when they only use their 4 towels and no emergencies.
Yes.
Okay. I
have another kind of pitch, because now that I'm hearing more about this, you're in kind of a tricky spot in that the kids are going to kind of follow it, but even over rewarding feels wrong. I'm like, we're just rewarding them not to be crazy. Yeah. What if we turn you into the keeper of the towels? And that is, right now, and in most homes, towels are available to everybody. But if you go to like a hotel back in the day where it's a shared bathroom, you got to go to the front desk and you got to go like, can I get a towel and some flip-flops? And they'll go like, leave a deposit. Or if you go to like a, the Russian baths, which I just went to when I was in New York last time, you go, can I get a towel? They go, 1 towel. I go, it's an awfully small towel. Part of my thigh is going to be visible. And they go, 1 towel. And you got to leave something behind. So I wonder if you take all the towels in the house and lock them somewhere that only you have the key to, and they only get 1 towel at a time.
I like this.
Right? And then even your husband goes like,
me?
Their phones.
Phone.
Oh. That hits them real low.
Yeah, but and then even your husband goes like, Lindsay, you're being insane. I need a towel. You go like this. 1 towel at a time.
Lindsay, it's me. Dad.
Then you go like this. 1 towel at a time. But here's why I say this, Lindsay. What it'll do is it'll make you seem a little crazy. But we'll just
I'm okay with that.
I can tell that about you, and I like that about you. But what it's going to do is it's going to reset the conversation about towels, and you're going to go, Mom's had enough. Mom's done. So now you want a towel in this house? You leave it on the floor, and they go, hey, Mom, I need another towel. And you go, where's your other towel? And they go, huh? Where's your other towel? You checked it out. They go, it's on the floor near the toilet. And you go, I don't give you another towel. Then they got to get the towel, and they go, it's disgusting. It's on the floor. You go, well, why would you leave a towel on the floor near the toilet where you piss? What are you, an animal? Gareth, your thoughts on this?
I like that too. I mean, I kind of feel like you could kind of combine them. I do. Like the other thing I was thinking with that first pitch, like I think you being the keeper of the towels is helpful, a helpful restriction in any of this. But if over the month, like you say they each get 4 towels, but maybe they're competing against each other for, at the end of the month, a reward. So it's a little more like head-to-head competition. It could be every 2 weeks. You could have something called a towel foul. Like if you find one of your kids' towels on the toilet, like near the toilet, like that picture you sent us, that's a towel foul. That's a demerit. And you're keeping score.
That's cool.
And at the end of the month, the winner gets like a night where they get to dictate the evening. They get to stay up later. They get to order what they want. Something like that, where it's just, and the other one has to just kind of either live in the other one's dream evening,
or
I have
an
just
idea.
Doesn't get to participate.
How about this, Gareth? Going off of that, Lindsay, first of all, do you like this idea? Do you like this?
Yeah.
Okay, because I like this idea too. What if there was an old card game we used to play called Asshole? There's a president, there's a vice president, there's executive assistant, and there's the asshole. However many people. The point is, after each round, you then take like 10 minutes and it just turns into like a weird hangout session where the asshole and the lower people have to kiss the president's ass because there's allowed to be like, I will give you a wild card in the next round. So how about whoever wins, the other one has to work for them for like 2 hours on a Friday night.
It's
a little like our dinner dynamic.
So will you explain the dinner dynamic? So because it's all in fun. It's not like you have to do stuff that sucks.
Yeah.
What we used to do when we had our NFL bet every year. The winner got to dress the loser up in whatever team regalia they wanted. So Jake would be head to toe in Packers gear. One year I showed up with a Packers Santa hat, and he said, I'll wear it, but I do think you're changing the tone of the evening. And I said, you're right. But we would get sat far away from everybody, but the dynamic...
But we'd have to go to restaurants.
We'd go to restaurants, and the dynamic would be that we would hang, we would laugh, we would talk. But if I wanted to talk about the Packers, which was part of the reward, I would say, how good is Rodgers playing? And he'd have to say, lights out.
I would have to be his Packer friend without any of my little comments that I wanted to make.
Yep.
So the idea of it is the losing kid has to go along and do what the other kid likes. And servant, so that if the 12-year-old wants to play a video game, the 16-year-old has to go like, that sounds super fun.
I'd love to watch you.
I would love to watch you and get
Wow,
you
that
chips.
was a great move there. Nice job.
And it's only for 1 hour. We don't make it crazy, but it's a fun thing that, Lindsay, you oversee and you film it. And so the loser's like, oh my God. And then you guys go, once it's over, you go, next week starts now. So that they both want to win this thing because it's funny for them. And it's fun to be the winner where you go, I would like a grilled cheese sandwich. The other one makes it and you go, I don't love the crust.
It's a little crunchy. I like it gooey. I don't like it crunchy. I like it gooey.
And then go, would you eat this one really fast?
Yeah, why don't you eat this one while you make me the one that I want?
While singing.
Yeah. Sing some stuff for me, would you?
And so that way there are stakes, but you are the kind of keeper. Lindsay, what do you think of this idea? Do you think this could work?
I love this idea.
You do?
I love this idea. Anytime you put siblings against each other where they're competing, and then that makes everything automatically, just because they're competing against each other, right? They automatically want to do better.
That's right.
And anytime they have to do something nice for the other person, that's torture for them. So
then, Lindsay, walk us through your version of this and what you're going to do and propose to your family.
Okay, so I think I'm going to start with, they get 2 towels per week. That's one an emergency, right?
Great.
Automatically, we'll check that out, 2 towels a week.
Yes.
Throughout the week, we'll be looking for demerits, like towels on the floor, towels on the bathroom floor, towels shoved in closets, all things that happen regularly. They get points associated with demerits, right? So whoever has the most demerits at the end of the month has to work for their sibling for an hour. I'll do a month because I think week by week won't work, but I think I'll have to do a whole month's worth of points.
I think you're totally right.
And then at the end of the month, they basically have to work for their sibling and do whatever their sibling wants for that entire hour, whether it's play games or interact or cook food. Especially my daughter who never wants her brother around, right? This will be torture if she has to do whatever he wants her to do for a solid hour. She'd hate it.
And if neither of them have any demerits, then you, Lindsay, work for both of them.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You give them an hour each. Yes.
Because then you get to go. But if you guys don't screw up and you do it right, then I work for you guys.
I like that too.
I like that. And do we want to have maybe, I remember in school, you would have a little laminated thing up there. You'd get gold stars. It was a way to actually visualize the scoring as you're going through it.
Yeah,
maybe you want to come up with something that we can see that they can't change, but where you can go, I'm behind. I got to step it up.
I like this.
Yes. Like those little laminated poster boards that had the stars and stuff on them to keep track of it.
Lindsay, I would put that on the fridge, and when you're first explaining this to the kids, I would have all the stuff thought out so that they can look at the board and go like, Mom, you are crazy. And go, I am crazy. And then go, here's the reality. If it's on the floor, you get a mark. If it's this, you get a mark. And they go like, are you kidding? You go, no. And here are the consequences. And you do... every month you just move the top. February, March, April.
Yeah,
I think this will really work.
Yep.
I think so too. I love it.
Lindsay,
I think
do us a favor. Send a photo of the board.
Yep.
We would love to see that, and then send us video of the punishments.
Yep. I would say check in after the first month. Let's do a check in and see what it's like.
Yes, exactly right.
All right. Go get him, Lindsay.
Thanks for the call.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. It sounds like there's a child that needs to be attended to, but that's okay. What's your name, please?
This is Brady.
Brady, where are you calling from today?
I am calling from Iowa.
How old are you, Brady?
I'm 37.
37. What is going on? What can we help you with?
So, yes, what's going on? As I said, I'm in a small town here in Iowa. There's probably about 3,000 in my town. I got 5 neighbors close to the river, and I like to stargaze. And I have a beautiful fenced-in backyard, but my house is surrounded by a fortress of lights.
Oh.
Front, back, side. I moved in about 4 years ago, bought the house from an elderly lady. So the master bedroom has blocked out shade, so it doesn't bother me too much while I'm sleeping particularly. But when I'm out back and trying to enjoy the stars, I can't see anything.
Interesting.
I've had a chance to confront one neighbor. And he said, "Oh, my lights are probably shining in your room." I said, "No, yours is on the side of my kids." And he said, "Well, we'll take care of that." And they're snowbirds, so they leave, and he hasn't done nothing. This is 2 summers ago. So there's more, but I'll get into it. My specific question today is, how do I convince my neighbors to shut the lights off at a certain time, or simply change to motion detectors? Because they're dusk till dawn sensors right now, all 5 of them surrounding my whole house. And
Interested.
There's been more, but that's my question to start off with.
We've got some pictures of the lights.
Okay,
is that helpful?
Sure.
Yes.
So a little more.
Wow, they're brutally bright.
This is kind of awesome that I'm getting the call now, because I've been I'm 0 for 2 with the neighbors. I've done a couple things. I installed a giant spotlight.
Brady. This is a lot, Brady.
A lot, yeah.
Do you see the photo of the giant spotlight that I installed? There should be 2 vehicles in it, and that light is for like a target, so it makes it daylight outside. And that worked for about a month or so on the front houses, which was pretty nice because I could sit on the front porch and enjoy it. And then they just decided, you know what? I don't give a shit.
So the neighbors, nobody cares that there's this many lights.
No, it's mostly elderly folk.
Okay, so here's going to be
on the side.
Yeah. So here's going to be the issue, Brady. The motion sensor is the move, but here's the question. Here's the problem with it. It's an expense, and you're going to need an electrician. And a lot of these people are not going to want to spend the money on something they don't think a problem is. But that is the solution. The question is how do you come up with the money for everybody to switch the lights and have an electrician do it? That gets really complicated. The idea of potentially, and I don't know how small your town is, but do you know the mayor of the town?
I do.
Is this mayor potentially somebody who would play a game with you?
So I've been down a few. Let me answer this first. I'm pretty handy, and I haven't gone this route, but I thought about approaching the neighbors and offering to install them myself.
Ooh.
Haven't done that yet. So this is where it gets funny, and why I said it's kind of a cool calling now. So I first reached out to the pod last August.
Okay.
And didn't hear back, obviously, and
we're sorry.
Brother, we get a lot of emails, brother.
Sorry, Brady. Good Lord.
no.
So we got towel stuff.
Come on, man. I'm in Iowa. We need some help.
I hear you, Brady. We're with you. We got you, baby.
So I pulled a page around that time episode. I went to Home Depot looking for some motion detectors myself, and the guy informed me, why don't you just get some light bulbs that are motion detectors? Apparently they make LED bulbs that do this. So my wife said, get your camera out, because I wanted to send this to the pod back then.
And I ran over in broad daylight with a ladder and swapped out 2 of the motion.
Oh, this is the move.
I mean, this is already our pitch.
And how did it work?
So it worked, right? I thought it worked. What happened was it confused the dusk till dawn sensor, and the lights were on 24/7. So the reason it worked was because the older folks across the street thought they were being frugal, and I saw them come out to go for a walk one day, sweethearts, and they looked back and were confused. Why are the lights on right now in broad daylight at 4 p.m.? And so it worked for a while because they just shut them off, and then they forgot to turn them on at night.
And then what happened?
So, and then they just got used to turning them on and off. So I feel a little bad because now their dusk till dawn's not working, and my motion sensor bulbs are out there, and their lights function as regular light bulbs right now.
But are they off? But are they off during the night?
One of them forgets sometimes and they're off. The other one is pretty diligent with turning it on at night.
Right, but when they turn on at night, they're just motion sensor.
No, they're on. So once I change those 2 bulbs, they're just like a regular functioning light on a switch.
You've solved nothing. So you've made it worse.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I've solved nothing. Pretty much.
What was your mayor angle, Jake?
My mayor angle was going to be we get a letter from the mayor, or you get a fake letter from the mayor saying, ooh, we are trying to bring the beauty back to this town at nights for stargazing. We are a small Iowa town. Let's use why we're us and not the big city. So mandatory sensor lights after 9 p.m. Neighbor Brady willing to do install for free so that it's not an expense. You can just do a light bulb here, contact Brady if you want it. But we are hoping that everybody in the community does this, actually get it to the mayor, actually get everybody in the town to get this letter. Not a fake. Talk to the mayor about this. And let's actually see if you can get mandatory, or not mandatory, heavily suggested, so that we can bring the natural darkness back to town and bring a little bit of charm back to this town.
I love how that starts. However, the mayor doesn't have that pull. There's a whole city council and like a meeting about that. And we do have like a thread, like communications and facts for my town. And I have made a message on there, and there's been a bunch of like anonymous participants, and it's really funny. So I could actually I like screen recorded it. I could send that to Jesse for you guys to see sometime, but back and forth. But our city council is pretty
strict,
unopen-minded. They're very unopen-minded.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, it's an old school town.
I like what,
but the mayor, I know him personally, and like kind of went to school with the guy. He's younger. I could get a letter from the mayor, like, but I don't know legally. Maybe not. I could ask him.
And who knows if it'll even do anything.
What if I have a couple ways to slice it, because I think the idea of if you're willing to gift them the motion sensors and you're willing to do the install, what you could do is you could be like, you could say you won a contest or something like that, and you got a bunch of these motion sensors and you're willing to install them. But it might even be better for you to put like a wrapped gift of the motion sensors on each person's porch and say, I installed one of these. I love it. I'm willing to do the same for you if you're interested, Brady, and put your phone number.
I have an idea, Brady.
Yeah.
What if we you start going around to people and going, did you guys hear about the new comet that is going to be passing over us? And you say
Brady's comet.
You heard it through Steve Berg. It's in the high strangest thing, but supposedly over your section of Iowa, there's like this amazing thing at midnight that has been happening with the stars and the gazing and potentially seeing comets, that it's funny, but where you guys actually are located, if there's total darkness, you have one of the most beautiful views in the Midwest. And would everybody be okay going into total darkness at night? Now, motion sensor for safety, you go like, of course, I don't want a raccoon getting into your garbage, mama and papa. But other than that, are we okay doing this just to see if we're able to see this comet or these stars or this alignment that has not been seen in thousands of years? The idea of the extraterrestrial, the amazing, the extraordinary, but it's being blocked by these lights, and maybe we could all get some participation in this.
This is glorious, because I'm thinking blend Gareth's idea and that one. Say I won the motion sensors, and I could I could go to the two neighbors I changed the lights and say, hey, I noticed your lights aren't turning off anymore. Something wrong.
Wonder what happened.
Down sensor. Yeah. I want these motion sensors. Could I put them in for it? Yeah.
Yeah, happy to help.
And then on your take, Jake, what if we did like is it at all possible? What if Steve Berg did a mock recording of that?
Very possible.
Yeah, of course.
You can have this done in 8 minutes.
And what would you want? That you would play them the audio?
Yeah, I could say, hey, I was listening to this podcast called High Strangeness. Apparently there's a comet coming right over our town, or nearabouts.
Yes.
I think this sounds perfect.
I think this is really good. I think you could also maybe, I like all of this. So this might be a hat on a hat, but you could have Steve say something along the lines of, so from everyone in this area, I want to get some filmed footage of it when it comes. There's a window of time where it's going to happen, and whoever sends me the best footage wins something. So you could even say to your neighbors, so we get like a catered meal at the, Steve could obviously, if we win.
Contest.
Yeah.
Yes. Or the other thing we could do, Brady, what is it you do for work?
I'm an executive director at a 55 plus community.
You're in the perfect neighborhood for it.
Sounds like you took your work home.
Exactly.
Jake, as far as jobs go, I couldn't want to dig more into it, but go ahead.
It's on the nose.
The shuffleboard.
But what you could say is, that one of the things you're working on to get like a higher degree, you could say you go to Walden University, which is an online school that's one of our sponsors. Yep. And you could say you've started studying this thing, and for your an essay you're doing, you're hoping to be able to study the stars more, and can everybody in the community and they go like, and be very nice, be like, if it's a problem, no worries. But because I'm so excited about this for my studies, and I might actually want to write a thesis statement on our geography and the stars above, but it's a long process where I have to study the changing of the stars. One of the reasons I live in Iowa and I like living in a small town is because the ability to see them. If it's okay with you, because I'm being an inconvenience to you, can I change your lights on my time and my dime to motion sensor and explain how they work for you? So you don't have to do anything. But it's because at night I'm working on this 10-year thesis, which is insane. It's embarrassing it's taken me this long. But I'm studying it. I love stargazing. I love researching. And so if you're okay with it, it won't change your anything. I'll go in there, replace it, and show you can leave the light switch on or off, or you could turn it off at the beginning of the night. But all it does is it stays dark. If it sees any motion, if it's for security, the lights will blare. But what would help me a lot is it would allow me to do my thesis.
And I would attach a value to this, be like, this thing costs $200. I'm going to give it to you for free just because it's really going to help me with my work.
Yeah,
people love free shit. My mother gets a free thing, it's game over.
Yes, and I'm willing to do it for free. Obviously, it would mean a lot to me. And then they say, like, let me pitch in. You say, like, no way.
Yeah, no. I'll do it all.
Your pitching in is letting me gaze at the stars. And I'll tell you what. Yeah. I think your answer is going to be a yes to most. That's what.
That's still just, it's just a lie. I mean, being a small community, they're all going to, a lot of people know me around here, so
I hate to tell you, Brady, the Steve Berg thing's a lie too, babe.
Yeah, everything. By the way, Brady, so far everything's been a lie. By the way, about a year ago, you went into their backyards and changed their light bulbs without their permission. That's not an in earnest activity, my man. You're a con man who called two con men, and you're asking for the truthful route. I'm sorry, that ship has sailed, my man. So far, we're inventing fake comments with Steve Berg's podcast.
Okay, you want the non-lie? You knock on their door and you ask if you could put a light sensor on because it's so dark with the spotlight, you want to be able to look at the stars.
Or you want some great lies, you tell them you got a shark. You say you got a Shark Tank pitch in 6 months. You invented a light sensor that is so specific for this neighborhood. You're going to move a lot of units, but the first thing you need to do is have some metrics, and you're going to install it in their yards, and you guarantee this is going to be the best light situation they've ever dealt with.
So, Brady, what are you thinking of doing? Where's your head at?
I like the first idea of blending the two, the contest, coming up with the units myself, offering to install based on this amazing podcast I heard and my excitement for it. It's an easier lie to sell. How about that?
Okay, that makes sense. I get that because I hear what you're saying that they do know you. We could get Steve to make a voice note. If you email in the specifics of the town name, he can mention that town. If you say a few towns around too, basically the zip code and zip codes around you, how that is a prime area for the next 18 months.
I think this is great. I can already tell you, and this is coming from me, we will be editing because he'll be going, there's a lot of just delicious activity happening up there lately. And let me tell you, everybody's losing their cool. And the winner of this contest get the free spaghetti dinner.
Then I'll cook. I'll cook that. I'll honestly cook that. I'd love to cook
I will literally cook that. This is not too far away from me, Jonathan.
Hey, Berg, off air. You want to go? Absolutely not. I'm not going to.
I can't make it. What are you talking about? I'm so busy here. I got 2 podcasts. It's crazy.
Yeah. Another anecdote. The neighbor that's the biggest nuisance, he's going to be the hardest one because he's on the, let's say, west side of my house where my kid's bedroom is. And my wife just had a baby 6 weeks ago, and I've been sleeping in the living room on the same side of the house on a hide-a-bed. And so it's directly affecting me right now. They are still down in Florida, and they have 5 of the brightest lights of this whole problem.
Okay, so this one's Brady, this is easy. He's in Florida? Go put sensors on those lights.
Yeah.
Anybody who's not...
Okay, let me finish. He's got 24-hour surveillance.
So what? When he comes in, you go, I got a fucking baby sleeping here, you asshole.
I like that. My idea was to put a sign in my yard off of his property facing right at his cameras that says, shut your fucking lights off.
Yeah, but do you have his contact info in Florida?
No, I don't.
So go switch it. By the way, I would switch that right now, and I wouldn't talk about the Steve Berg thing. I'd go like this. For him, I got a newborn, man. You're in Florida, babe.
Yeah.
You're shining it in, so I did you a favor. That's easy.
Maybe
I'm painting the wrong picture because this guy's super nice too. I've had a beer with him in the garage, but
yeah, that's what I mean. But a really sweet said like, "Hey man, sorry to do this. Did not mean to offend. These lights are waking up the wife and the newborn. I'm dying over here. I switched these. If you have a problem with them, please contact me when you get back."
I think a little envelope on the porch for when he gets back. By the way, Brady's a real Berg already because the way he talked about that neighbor, we got this one asshole who goes down to Florida. These things are blaring like there's a jailbreak.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got to get this guy. Well, he's actually like super sweet. We had a beer in the garage. This guy's great. He makes IPAs, and I just love the fellow.
All I'd have to do is ask him, and there wouldn't be an issue.
There would not be an issue.
Brady, here's what I'm going to do in my final pitch to you. I'm going to go away from the Steve Berg thing. I'm going to go away from the Comet. You're going to say that you have a new baby and the lights are keeping them up. And can you do these sensors just because of the new baby? And every old person is going to say yes to a baby.
I'm going to go ahead, Brady. My final pitch is going to be that you have these sensors that are going to be great for the area. There is a shooting stars. There's been a lot of shooting stars activity. You're entering a contest for high strangeness. So if you let me put this $200 light sensor on there for free, you're not going to notice a difference. It's an upgrade for you, and it helps me.
So now, Brady, to you, what are you going to do? The floor is yours.
Okay, I'm going to take your advice on the snowbird neighbor. I'm just going to go over there and probably just unscrew the bulbs. That way I'm not taking anything or damaging anything.
Great.
Maybe leave them a nice note, I don't know, something sweet. But for the rest of them, I think I called the show because I don't want to just blame the baby. I feel like that's too easy. So I'm taking Gareth's pitch. Go with the fake Comet and try and see if I can convince these people to. The only problem with that is I'm afraid they might just say, when is it about and can we shut the lights off then? So there's a loophole there.
The comet could be any time. You don't know. That's the problem.
And we can have Berg say some crazy shit like, it's definitely going to happen within this 2-month period, but there's also a good chance of a comet cluster, which happens once every 1,000 years.
That's right.
So we could be looking at 6 or 7 of them.
I think that's far more fun.
Okay. Well, what we will do next is we will get we'll get Berg to send you that. I think you also get ready with your pitch of how you're upgrading all of these sensors for your neighbors. And I mean, I think we go from there. Jake, signing off.
Yeah. You feel good about this, Brady?
I feel good. Yeah.
All right. Let's do it, bud.
Thanks, guys. It's some good ideas.
All right, buddy. So we'll get the Berg recording to you about the comet cluster, which will be 8 minutes long.
Can I have the unedited version?
Sure. Why not?
Awesome.
Brady, I'm not going to lie to you. I honestly think Berg should come out and hang out with you for a couple weeks. I think you guys would really hit it off. Awesome.
Thank you for the call, Brady.
You can tell he's surrounded by old people all the time. All right, bye, buddy.
He's probably like 8 hours away.
Yeah.
Get some lasagna together.
Oh, good Lord. He'll be there. All right, buddy. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Yeah.
And Nick, we can keep you without video.
What's up, Nick? Should we do it with video just for one, just to see? We already said it was real weird.
Nick, pop in.
We already saw you, Nick. Let's see that beautiful face.
What's up, bud?
How's it going, dude?
How are you?
All right, Nick, we know this is a follow-up. That's all we know. So remind us what that first call was.
Awesome. I feel like I'm missing out there without a monkey head in the background.
Yeah, you are. Get involved.
So I rang in about a year ago because I was having an issue with my father-in-law.
Oh, I think I know.
Yeah, so he he teased us once by getting drunk and being the life and soul of the party.
Jumping from a tree.
Is this the tree?
Yeah, it's the tree daddy.
Tree Jim.
All right, so really fast, Nick, you just take over, set us up for somebody who hasn't heard the episode. What was the original problem, and then what did we pitch? Take your time.
Got you. So my father-in-law, he's a bit of a gentleman, reserved, cool, collected, and very disciplined. And last year, no, it was a couple of years ago actually, we went on holiday, family get-together, 6 of us, him, my father-in-law, mother-in-law, sister-in-law, her boyfriend, and my wife and me. And one night, it was the last night of the holiday, he just decided to send it, and it involved just shots, vodka, gin, God knows what else. And he just went on a mad one, which is completely out of character, but it just so happened to be just the best thing ever. So he was diving into the pool in his boxes, challenging people to like a push-up competition. He climbed a tree, challenged me to a tree climbing climb-off or whatever. And it was just absolutely amazing. So, it's gone down in the archives, favourite family moments, really. And the problem was, it was the last day of the holiday. He had to drive back the morning after from the south of France back to the Midlands, England. And he was like throwing up all night. It was just an absolute nightmare. So since then, the 4 kids, all plus 30 now, but the 4 kids, we tried to get Tree Jim back on the scene.
Wait, what was the problem with your first call?
Well, the problem was, help me get my father-in-law drunk again.
It was okay.
Yeah.
So you wanted to get him drunk again just because it's so fun.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. And you guys were like quite rightly morally questionable. Like you were like, do we really want to push someone to drink? And then I showed you the video and you were like,
he like jumped in a tree.
He jumped from the tree. Yeah, and everyone was like, no. Yeah, and he was like, yeah.
So your original problem was, how do I get him back to being in party mode? And what did we suggest?
Right, so there were loads of crazy suggestions. I'm sure you're not surprised by that. One was hiring a cocktail mixologist to come around to the holiday home.
It's a solid idea.
That is.
Yeah, well, it was. Yeah, I mean,
he would get shit-faced.
Yeah, like a mixologist.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that you would. I don't know, but this is a challenge. So the next one was get one of the daughters, apple of the eye kind of thing, to make like a signature cocktail for him and call it.
And he has to keep
like a gym drink or something.
Right.
So like a gin and tonic.
If they were like, hey, have this Jake and Coke, I'd be like, I'll have another one.
Honestly, yeah. It takes so little.
I'll get blasted.
And then eventually we settled on. We were going on holiday again for 2 weeks, Sicily, and I was going to take custom T-shirts, and you got fans to draw in picture ideas for the T-shirts, which I actually used. I've got a T-shirt here. I'll show you.
Really? Wait, so fans wrote in T-shirt ideas, and you were going to all wear them, or just he was going to wear them?
Wow, so 6 of us. I bought 6, 200 quid.
You did this, Nick?
Yeah. And the idea was to every now and again slyly wear them on the lead up to whichever night was going to be the night, just to draw attention. Yeah, and it was like catching Tim's attention. He was like, what's going on here? What's with all these T-shirts?
What the fuck am I looking at here?
Yeah. And then, unlike the pinnacle moment, he had a couple of cocktails. He was sort of on the precipice, and I was like, right, now's the time.
He's loose.
And so I gave everyone a T-shirt, and so the mother-in-law had a T-shirt, sister-in-law, her boyfriend, Jess,
and
I had
you're
one.
A star.
And I was about to give it to, and then my sister-in-law looked at me, like gave me evil devil eyes, and went, "Don't do it. I've got a bad feeling. Don't do it." And so I whiffed it basically. And
you didn't. You didn't. You did the right thing.
Yeah, and then afterwards, it kind of all came out in the wash anyway. And since then, it's been like a big family joke. Tree Jim, please bleep. Absolutely loved it. Like
he did.
Loved it. Yeah, and
he loved the attention. Did he listen to the episode?
Yeah,
he did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he read the comments. He read the comments, and the fans, the listeners, absolutely loved Tree Jim.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
So can we see what the shirt looks like?
Yeah, I've got to hang it up here. I'll send a picture into the
yeah, please. Let's see it.
Pod so you can put it on social. Hang on, how do I turn this around? I'm not going to be able to.
This is like doing a FaceTime with my mother. Oh my God, this shirt is amazing.
God.
The shirt is way better than I thought.
Agreed.
It's kind of like an old cartoony guy in a tree with a cocktail, and it says "Free Tree Jim."
And he looks like a little boy.
He looks kind of like a howdy doody. So you all were prepped, ready to go. Free Tree Jim pulled the plug because your sister-in-law was like, I don't like. He's like a vampire. I don't like where it's heading. And then basically just through showing him the outpouring of our fans' love for him and listening to the episode, we did Free Tree Jim.
Well, kind of, but he hasn't got drunk again.
He hasn't.
He hasn't got drunk yet. He hasn't got drunk since. This was last year.
No.
So,
have you had a holiday since then?
We've had Christmas, but we've got a holiday in June for 2 weeks, and I don't think this is over.
But I will say the thing that complicated this feels like a great follow-up, but not a bell ring, but not in a bad way, because what the sister-in-law told you was, we don't need Dad this drunk. And there's truth to it. Now, it's up to Jim what he wants to do, but we would need to know why she did that. But I know that, like, I had some partiers in my family, and there were times where the kids were really pushing, and then one of the people of their generation a lot of time would go like, stop it.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, all right. It's just funny. Like, he barfed in his hand and put it in his pocket. It was hilarious. And then you'd have to go like, I guess it's not funny to you guys, but it's so funny to us.
But the difference here, Jake, is that Tree Jim It was like
Loves
hanging
it.
out with a superhero. I think we should have Tree Jim call in with you before this next holiday. And I think we should just say,
talk to him.
Yeah, just give him some love and let him know that nobody wants a barfing in our hands, placing in our pocket situation. But everybody loved Tree Jim, and we don't need him to outdo the first album.
Right.
But everybody wants a follow-up.
I love Tree Jim. I don't think we need to get him that drunk again.
He doesn't need to.
Nick, he doesn't. He can fall off a tree.
We maybe don't need him in the tree. But that energy, Jake, let's say it's enclosed. If we could get that,
enclose it? You handcuff him to a radiator?
No, we just do it. It's an inside evening. We wait for a rainy night or something like that.
Once you release Tree Jim, you can't keep his ass in.
Listen, we're here to please. Look, and nobody thinks that should have worked, but somehow it did. As he told everyone to fuck off.
It's crazy.
Nick, it's up to you, Nick. I would offer that before this next holiday. Why don't you and Tree Jim call in? Let's just compliment and see if we can grease the wheels towards another appearance.
What do you think, Nick?
So, he's no spring chicken, although he's a bit of an athlete. And, I would be concerned if he was in a dangerous situation, but I do want to see him get drunk more.
Well, what if we put rules on him? What if we invite Tree Jim out and the rule? Hold on.
It doesn't work with drunks.
It's inside Tree Jim.
When you and I are drunk, Gareth and I, our whole friendship formed because we would get too drunk and pour beers on each other's head on planes.
On our own.
Yeah, but the whole idea of releasing Tree Jim, the inner Tree Jim in all of us, is there are now no rules.
I think the metaphor you used last time was like bowling, but with the guide rails up.
Yeah, by the way, compete with him on that then. So get drunk. And have a little the problem is he's really high in a tree, man.
Wait, but what Nick was saying was right, that was the analogy, was that we want to find a way to enjoy the sport, but make sure we don't have gutter balls.
Yeah.
Which is...
I think it's impossible.
I think it's possible, and I'd like a chance to close with Tree Jim. As a matter of fact, I'd just like to talk to him for a minute, but we don't have to.
No, but let's have will Jim get on a call with us?
Yes.
I think he would love it. Yeah.
All right, let's do a follow up, the four of us
before the holiday. We just want to talk to.
Well, let's do a follow up, the four of us, and see what happens.
Awesome.
Jake. If Jake gets on the phone with Tree Jim,
we'll see.
Yeah,
Well, we got to see what we're trying to do here.
I know what we're trying to do.
Nick, we appreciate
I want the follow-up album.
This was great. Let's get one more call.
Okay, wicked. Just a pitch there. There might be more comedic value in it if did the follow-up on his own.
Jim.
Okay.
Tree
Jim, please.
So
Thank you.
let's just do us and him then.
Okay, yeah. It gives him a chance to throw me under the bus then.
You're totally right. We'll do, if you could hook it up with Natalie or Jesse, we'll have him on. We'll talk it out.
Awesome. Cheers, guys.
You're the best, buddy. Nick. Thank you.
Bye.
Catch you later. Bye.
We're Here to Help is hosted by Jake Johnson and Gareth Reynolds. If you'd like to be on the show, please email us your question at helpfulpod@gmail.com. And if you want to watch video episodes of We're Here to Help, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/heretohelppod to see our entire catalog.
We're Here to Help is produced by Rabbit Grimm Productions, executive producers Rob Hollis, Jeff Porter, and Natalie Hollis, associate producer Jesse Thurston, editing, mix, and master by Chris Fowler.
Theme song by Oliver Raleigh. The cover artwork is by James Fosdyke. Animations by Andrew Strelecki. And if you'd like to see Gareth do stand-up on the road, go to GarethReynolds.com. Remember, all of the advice given on We're Here to Help is for entertainment purposes only, and all listeners should be adults and make their own decisions.
That was a HeadGum podcast.